This is the Level Up Podcast. I'm Taylor Petrinovich.
And I'm Kelly Gilster of 618 Studios.
And we are on a mission to help wedding filmmakers and photographers level up their businesses so you can make more and work less.
We want to help you confidently take your business from mainstream to luxury, and it all starts right here.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Level Up Podcast. I'm your host, Taylor Petrinovich, joined as always in this beautiful May weather, Kelly Gilster.
Hi. Hey, friends. I will say it's May gray down here today, for sure. We get hard with that May gray, June gloom, but I'm excited for summer. You guys, my kindergartner's last day of school is this Friday. So he conquered his first year of school. He loves school. I've asked him, would you want to continue going to the same school if you had a choice to go to another school? And he's like, no, I love my school. I love it. And he loves his little buddies. And he just had such a great tight-knit group of friends this year. And so I'm excited to see if some of those friends are in his class for next year. Taylor, when are your girls out of school?
Yeah, they get out this week too. They always end on a Thursday,
Okay.
which is cute. So yeah, I'm ready for summer. Actually, I picked this hack up from one of our team members, Cassie Hyatt. Shout out to Cassie. If you guys are not following her, go check out her work. She's a filmmaker and does beautiful stuff. But she has been doing this hack with her children where she has a gym membership at a Lifetime Fitness. We do have a Lifetime, but we have one that's very, very similar to that in what they offer and how they're presenting themselves. Closer to my house, it's a different one, but I've actually joined the gym for the summer, literally just for the 3 hours of childcare that it comes with for my older two. My youngest is in daycare full time, but my older two are 9 and 7, and I kind of feel bad just leaving them up to their own devices for, chunks of time when I have to do things for work, like edit or emails or whatever it may be. So the plan is I haven't done this yet, obviously, but we did enroll. So I am just going to bring my laptop and either hotspot for my phone, or if they have quality Wi-Fi, I'm going to do that for the summer so that they're not just tearing apart my downstairs while I'm locked away in my office. And then this place has great programs as far as kids yoga and art classes and all these things. So it's an enrichment activity, so I don't feel quite as bad about it. So for those of you who are how am I going to get all of this done with all these children in my house all summer, that might be something you want to explore.
Yeah, for sure. Are you going to actually work out? What's that balance going to be? You do have your home gym.
Yeah, so I'm on a pretty great roll with my home gym in the early morning hours, and the thought of a 15-minute drive each way just for that at 5 a.m. sounds not really great. I probably will just use them for literally just childcare. I mean, you have to stay on the property, you can't leave, but they have a great pool. So I could even take them out after their 3 hours of childcare are up, and we can go swimming, and there's a water slide. I don't know. I feel like we can be there all day.
Yeah, I have friends that do that too. That's so great. I'm doing all of the camps and all of the things for my older one. My other two have childcare covered for the summer. But Micah, my oldest, this will be the first time where he has an actual summer. So navigating the VBSs, the tennis camp or whatever through the city, or soccer camp, and we'll just puzzle piece it all together. But that's a really smart idea with the gym.
Yeah, and it's actually not very expensive. For the three of us, it's $220 a month, which is way less. That's less than a week of a camp.
Yeah, they are expensive.
Anyway,
right.
Sorry. For those of you who are not parents, your eyes are just
now
glazing over. You're like, oh my gosh, you guys. Parenthood is obviously a big part of our lives, which means it bleeds through to our brand, and we naturally attract a lot of people who are parents themselves. And if that's you, then shout out to you. And if not, we love you too. But we are going to be talking about something that Kelly and I both are very passionate about, not only within our own studio businesses, but in teaching our students about as well. And that is essentially the art of upselling and how that can benefit you as a business owner, but also really, really benefit your clients. So many people think that upselling is like a slimy thing, and it really gets a bad rap as maybe being something where you would associate it with maybe a used car salesman or one of those guys in the middle of the mall at a kiosk trying to like force the free samples on you. It's just very much so, it has a negative rap. But we are hoping to reverse how we all think about upselling and put it in a more positive light because it's done really amazing things for not only us and our businesses, but for our clients as well. So, Kelly, really quickly, let's define upselling so that people
Yeah.
even like know what we're talking about. If you are not in the world of business so fully ingrained like us, maybe you're more of an artist, you might be like, what are you even talking about? So, what is upselling?
So upselling is having an existing client of yours add on additional services, coverage, deliverables to their already existing collection. So, upselling, I think when we think of the slimy salesman and all this stuff, upselling gets a bad rap because it's done in the consultation phase of, most oftentimes we see that being a mistake that photographers and videographers make, trying to get people in on like upselling them at that point in time. But Taylor and I like to approach it in a very different way where we've already gained the trust of our clients and of our planner partners, that we have either put together a custom proposal of what our clients are looking for, or they have selected one of our, standard collections. But then there's a point in which that we upsell, and it's really more to serve the client in a way where they feel like we have their best interest at heart, which we really do.
I think for a lot of clients out there, they go through an emotional shift throughout their wedding planning journey. When
Yes.
they're booking a photographer or a filmmaker or even a planner or florist, 12 months out, I feel like it feels almost not real to them. I think that um it feels a little bit more distant, therefore it has less of an emotional pull on them. But the closer and closer they get to their wedding day, things become more real. They realize that like it's a once in a lifetime thing and they really need to take advantage of the opportunities. And I almost feel like that sense of like needing more or like needing to be taken care of or like filling out their collection, which maybe they booked it in like a more of a bare bones way early on. Maybe they're like, I just don't really know what I want. Like, let's just secure, package one, collection one,
Yeah.
um, because I just want to secure you for my wedding date. And then as time goes by, they're like, oh, they're thinking about their photography or videography more. They're talking to more friends who have gone through the process, and they're kind of slowly developing a greater need than maybe what they had beforehand. And the same can be said for after the wedding as well. So upselling, like you said, can take place after the wedding. Maybe the day has come and gone, and they're realizing like, oh darn, like I did want that parent album after all. I did want that documentary edit after all. Like now that I'm already having a hard time remembering the wedding day in general. So it's not just trying to like, I mean it is a little bit, but it's not just trying to like squeeze that lemon for like all of the juice that it's worth, but it's like really coming from a place of service and like giving the client what they need. So I kind of want to frame this a little tiny bit talking about ways in our personal lives that we have been upsold in different ways. And for me, I feel like in the hotel world, in where you're staying on vacation, it's big on the upselling. You secure your room, and they're like, "Would you like to upgrade to the suite, or would you like to add on like
Free
this
breakfast while
this
you're staying with us. Yeah.
exactly?" And I never feel annoyed. I'm like, actually, I would love that. I didn't even know that was an option. Like, thank you so much, Kelly. Can you think of any times in like maybe the last year or so that you've been upsold in your life?
Um, I will say, so the house that we were in before this was our very first time working with an interior designer. So, like, she's offering a service just as we offer a service to our clients. And in my mind, we're doing a kitchen remodel, okay? I'd never done a kitchen remodel before. And I was just thinking, like, it's countertops, it's cabinets, it's a faucet, like in that way. And she was really walking me through the process of, like, okay, but let's like add some layers here. And so we did get upsold on like adding shiplap to the ceiling and adding shiplap or like board and batten or whatever it's called to the like behind the cabinets to add like more of a backsplash feature. And then when it was all said and done, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that she took her expertise um, and like guided me in this way where the end result was so much better than I could have imagined. And me, as the very non expert, not in interior design in any capacity, was so grateful that she really took the lead and educated me in that way. And it wasn't out of a place of like, trying to just get us to open up our wallet more and more. She really wanted us to be like, hey, this is a big deal. A kitchen remodel is like a massive thing. Let's make sure that we are getting the most out of it. It's like kind of like a once in a lifetime thing. Or maybe you remodel a kitchen like 3 times throughout your entire life. I don't know. But that would be one that I thought of recently that is super helpful, was really helpful. And I really enjoyed her upselling in that way with her expertise.
I mean, what I'm hearing from you is you're not ingrained in the interior design world. You entered it with like a very bare bones base of knowledge of like what the possibilities are. And that's so similar to our couples. I mean, 95% of couples, this is their first wedding. This is their first time getting married, and they've never gone through this process before. And their only knowledge base is talking to people who they know who have been married, and then literally like Pinterest and articles on the knot or whatever. And like, if you're lucky, a wedding planner who we love our wedding planner partners, you guys. Like, when you start working with full service planners, like it becomes so much easier. But so many of our audience members are not quite there yet. You're at the point where maybe you're starting to work with partial planners or here and there with full service planners, which means naturally you're working with directly with the clients a lot of the time. So you're going to have to do that hand holding. And I see upselling as that. It's the hand holding. It's like low pressure sales. You can maybe introduce the idea of adding things on in the beginning at the time of booking. They might not bite. Just because they didn't want it then doesn't mean they're not going to want it the closer they get. The same way, like Kelly, wanted your kitchen remodeled. You're like, I don't know what I want. Can I just like sign the contract and we can like start working together? And then it was like slowly over time, this progression of like, oh, I didn't even know this is an option. Like, oh, maybe I do want this. I don't think I want this. And then she comes back with, well, you do want this because XYZ. And then you're like, that makes sense. Actually, I can see
Yeah.
how that fits. For me, I'm like a huge sucker on being upsold to by airlines. We were
Okay.
actually just chatting over the phone a little while ago about how what a big mistake I think Southwest is making with their new restructure of like the not free bags and like all their
Yeah.
weird things, like everything that was setting them apart in the marketplace, like they're taking back. But every time I book a flight through Southwest and I'm offered like the the like A1 through 15 or like the auto check-in or whatever, like I always am like, yes, like add that on. I don't want to be waking up at 6:05 on a Saturday to make sure my Sunday flight is like checked in and I get like the prime seating. Anyway, I love it. Like every time you offer it and I'm like nodding along, like this makes sense. The price matches, like the benefits I get are sleeping an extra 2 hours or not having the anxiety of like, did my alarm to check in on my flight go off? Like it's just done for me. Automatic, yes. And I feel like that's what we're bringing to our clients when we approach them in the upselling process. It's like you're introducing the option, which maybe they didn't know they had. You're explaining how other clients have benefited from it and how they can
Yes.
benefit from it.
Yes.
And then you're like leaving it up to them.
Yes. Okay. So, like, I love what you just said, where, like, you said, bringing awareness that other clients have enjoyed that. That has been honestly the number one, like, secret weapon, I feel like, to successful upsells over the years is normalizing that part of the process, normalizing that many of your other clients have decided to, invest in a wedding album and they've loved having a tangible book to look through their memories with. Like when people realize that it's a very normal part of the process and they're not like an outlier or it's just not something like fluffy and like extra, that a lot of other people are doing this too, it is like such a sure way for people to say like, oh yes, I want to be like a part of the herd and enjoy this as well. So I actually have an example. So I booked a wedding not too long ago, and back and forth kind of with the planner. And originally the client wanted just Saturday. And then they kind of went back and said, actually, could they do Friday and Saturday, like the welcome party? And and I said, yes, we're available. And then I got the green light to do both and send the agreement. And then I got another email from the planner that the mom was kind of like, oh, I was thinking about it all last night. And like, maybe it just like seems too extra, or for lack of a better word, like bougie. Like I think they thought that like having a videographer for multiple days was like just not that they couldn't afford it. It just felt like too much. And so the planner wrote back, and I'll be curious to see when the wedding comes around if they end up, having that emotional trigger for them to want to add it on after the fact. But I just gracefully went along with the process. It wasn't something that I felt I wanted to, you know, upsell them right then and there. Like we're in the contract negotiations phase. And so I just wanted to secure that booking. But in my mind, I was thinking like, oh, I could totally very easily bring normalcy to this, because the reality is that 90% of my weddings also have an element before the wedding day. It's rehearsals, dinner, or welcome party, or a blend of both, where I've actually been really loving, really segment really quick. Taylor's like, Kelly, get to your point. I've been loving when you do 2 hours of rehearsal dinner and then it blends into them inviting everybody, and then you just do like 1 hour of welcome party.
I
I
love
always love
that
that.
too. You know what I love even more is when it's 2 hours of rehearsal dinner and then 3 hours of welcome party, and you get, like, 5 hours on that day before, like, talk about increasing, like, that overall, like, collection price point. I've had a few of those. You know what I on the other side, you know what I'm, like, not a huge fan of,
Tell
just to,
me.
like,
The
sprinkle in some
brunch.
negativity? No, that's fine. I don't like a Thursday rehearsal dinner and then a Friday welcome party when they're both, like, 2 hours of coverage. I feel like now I have to stay a whole other day for, like, 2 more hours. Oh, man. But, like, from a client ex like, or from a guest experience standpoint, like, I think that's like, they're really drawing out, like, that's a whole other outfit and a whole other location and a whole other party, like, I don't know, from their standpoint, I think that's, like, so wonderful. It just means one more night away from my bed, but that's okay.
Hey, Level Up listeners, if you want to start booking 5-figure weddings, then it's time to start curating a 5-figure experience. Get started today with our Client Experience Bundle. Charging higher rates and booking higher quality weddings both require elevating your client experience, and our bundle is going to help you do just that. We are here to equip you with everything you need to impress your high wealth clients and full service wedding planners. With this guide, you are going to save yourself hours of troubleshooting and years of potential setback. Now, with this client experience bundle that we've put together for you, you're going to have everything at your fingertips to elevate your communication and your processes both pre-wedding day and post-wedding day. This bundle not only includes email templates, but it also includes a customizable proposal template and professional guides. If you're looking to upsell your clients to serve them really well without feeling salesy, we also include polished and professional templates that provide your client with a feeling that you have their best interest at heart while helping you increase your profits. One of my favorite things about this bundle is that it includes our style guide. Dressing for the occasion demonstrates to your client and the creative team that you respect their event, and also showcases a team player mindset. It's truly an incredible resource. Head over to thelevelupco.com/shop and position yourself at the top of the market and grab our client experience bundle today.
Hold on, can we just note, if you're watching on YouTube, we're matching?
No, we are. Also, I was really curious about the lip gloss you're wearing. Can you show
Oh,
me? What are you wearing?
well well, I am the opposite of bougie in every way. So I have this is from Victoria's Secret. Oh my gosh. And it's Caramel Kiss, and I bought it a year and a half ago. I'm not even sure if you should keep lip gloss for a year and a half, but
I
it
am
tastes great.
wearing, we just really took a turn. I am wearing Tower 28,
That sounds
and the
way more
color
expensive.
is Dulce de Leche.
Ooh, cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have this one, which is 100% from Target, Maybelline Lifter with hyaluronic acid. I don't know, what color is it? In Moon. I don't know.
Great.
I know nothing about makeup. If you're a makeup artist listening to this, I'm so sorry. I feel like I need to take a class if I'm being totally honest. Like I need to like sit down and be like, how do you do your makeup when it's not 2012 when you originally learned how to do it? And then I need that.
Yeah, same. My skin has changed so much, so my makeup I feel like is ever evolving. Also, side note, Christina McNeil, who we had on the podcast a while back, and she's so lovely. And if you want to give Christina McNeil a listen, scroll on back and find her. But she dropped her entire like 11-step skincare routine to me, and it was amazing. I was like, your skin looks incredible. And she's like, yeah, it's like a 2-year process and all of these things. And then she like dropped it all. And I was like, great, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. So we both have like
It's the
dry
best
skin.
when just like a friend or like somebody that you trust can just like tell you what to do. Ugh, it's the best. Actually, that's what we're hoping this episode is for you with like the upsell. We're just your little buddies in your AirPods or on your car speakers during your drive to a wedding, just encouraging you that upselling is absolutely the way to go. And actually, we a few years ago, so 2 years ago, we created this amazing shop resource. It's called the Client Elevated Client Experience Bundle, and inside is as a guide on how to gracefully upsell in a way that doesn't feel slimy, in a way that's really putting your clients, needs first, and it's a way that we have received really wonderful responses from our own clients and how we approach upselling. So if you want to grab that, you can find it in our shop at thelevelupcode.com/shop. It's a elevated client experience bundle. And it's actually, fun fact, our number one selling item in our shop. People love it. Hundreds of people have purchased it at this point and started implementing things. And actually, like 2 weeks after we launched it, back in 2023, we received a really sweet DM from a filmmaker saying like, oh my gosh, it immediately, the ROI is insane. I immediately made like an extra $1,000 just from like putting these practices into place with a
Yeah.
single client. So kudos to you. I think it was Royal Films who said that.
Yeah. They're in my
Um,
local market. Husband and wife
yeah.
team. So sweet.
So, you guys, this is the year. 2025 is the year to get savvy, first of all, as business owners, to really find ways to make more money. We all know that inflation is insane, lifestyle creep is a thing. And we're hearing that maybe this year looks a little different from previous years. We're still kind of recovering from the whole COVID stuff. And so if it's a little slower, that's okay. There's ways you can make money outside of booking more weddings. You can infuse um, additional offerings with clients you've already booked and make money that way and really leverage each client for all they're worth. And honestly, like putting their needs at the forefront. Like they need what you have to offer. They need that coverage. They need that album. Like it's really serving them in how they're going to remember their wedding 10, 20, 50 years down the road in like the best way possible. So again, just remember it's not slimy. It's really putting their needs first and you're being the authority. It's like again, like arriving at the hotel and didn't even know it was an option to add this like concierge service, or having an interior designer educate you on the different elements you can add to your kitchen design that you didn't even know existed. That's what we're doing for our clients. So, um, yeah.
I love it. Yeah. And again, it's more money in your pocket and it's serving your clients really well in them including more of that coverage before their wedding, including more deliverables after the wedding. And it's a very standard thing in the wedding industry. Don't be scared of upselling. Upselling is a wonderful service
Mhm.
to serve your clients really well. So,
Yeah. Ooh, really quick.
um,
Let's rapid fire. I want to rapid fire some things that people can upsell. I just kind of want to do a blend of photo video as they like come up. We can just like spit them out because there's like so many creative ways that you can upsell your client that you probably didn't even like ever consider. I mean, the obvious one for filmmakers is like documentary edits, additional hours of coverage, ancillary events, and like rehearsal dinner, welcome party.
raw footage.
Raw footage is that's a great one. Kelly actually has an amazing resource in the Elevated Client Experience bundle for raw footage, and it comes with some protection on making sure they know what they're getting into, which is probably a very smart move if you're trying to be a savvy business owner in the wedding industry. For photographers, that can look like albums, parent albums, prints, additional sessions, like turning them into legacy clients where
Yeah.
you're popping into their inbox every year to do family photos, to do like milestone things. I actually think it's really smart to like if you're a photographer specifically, to follow your clients on Instagram if possible so you can keep up with their milestones and in a very intentional way upsell them throughout the course of their lives on other sessions. Like if they loved working with you, they're probably going to continue love working with you.
Yeah. You're just that easy button push for them where anything exciting and new and happy that's happening in their lives, they want you to be a part of it alongside
Yeah.
with them. So it all started at their wedding or their engagement session. Did we get to engagement sessions, Taylor?
Oh,
Of like
that's
an
a great
upsell?
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be totally upsold, and, like, it can be I think traditionally speaking, engagement sessions have been something that happened, like, 6 months before the wedding day, but it doesn't have to. I mean, it can just be weeks out. People want well, I mean, especially brides nowadays who, like, are so, like, social media forward and they're all about the aesthetic, they probably want another location and another outfit and, like, all these things, and, like, when they're the most beautiful. Like, I feel like every bride getting married feels their most beautiful in the time directly leading up to their wedding day and on their wedding day, and they wanna be able to document that. They look the best, they're the tannest or, like, whatever it is, they've been putting work in to make sure they're looking their best on the wedding day, and they want that to, like, be documented. That was the case for me, at least.
Oh, 100%. And then what was it? I think I saw something on TikTok. If you're a listener, you know that Taylor and I love TikTok. And it was like the glow down after the
Oh,
wedding.
I had a hard glow down, guys.
I
I
had a
got pregnant a
hard
month
glow down.
after our wedding, and it was a downhill from there.
I gained like 15 pounds in our first year of marriage.
It's like the love pounds. It's just like
Yeah,
you're
it was
so
like, oh,
happy.
we get to like cook meals together. And then like, oh, you're like no kids and you're just like, it's all fun. And you're like, let's run out and go grab ice cream together and walk around. And like, it really, and then I did Whole30 and then it helped a lot.
I
But
still will
that
never
glow
do
down
that.
was real. So leverage the clients on their glow up.
Yes, leverage the glow up. I have one other story just to, like, put people at ease because, again, there's still gonna be people who are like, "I don't wanna be annoying. I don't wanna, like, be" Okay, so I, am notorious for not taking, like, my self-care seriously. I do not care. I will let my hair air dry every day. I'll go a year in between haircuts. I don't know what it is. I just don't care. But I should care. But actually what triggered me to make it a hair appointment, I had my hair cut yesterday. Doesn't it look so great? Just kidding.
It does.
On Sunday, I got a text from my salon like, "Hey, like it's probably time for you to get a haircut. Like here's a link to book." And I was all, "Oh, actually great timing." And then I was able to find a time slot literally 2 days later. And I probably would have put it off for another month, 2 months, 3 months before I did it if they hadn't taken initiative, reached out, become top of mind, all of these things. So, like, again, they were placing themselves as an authority, telling me what I needed, and then making it really, really easy for me to, like, make it happen. Again, we're
Yeah.
not bogging people down with extra calls. We're not making it like an annoying process. Like, we are the epitome of easy button push, making it a very seamless and
Yeah.
pain-free transaction. Um, so
Yeah.
that's my little story, but I always just think it's, like, so funny, and then I told I told my hairstylist who, like, owns the salon that I go to, I was like, "Your text, like, actually worked on me, so if you could just, like, time another one to come out in, like, 3 or 4 months, that'd be great," and she's like, "That's actually so nice to hear," like, because
Yeah.
I'm always worried that I'm being annoying, and I was like, "No, it worked great, thank you."
No, I think honestly we are all as busy entrepreneurs in a busy season of life. I love when people just we Paul and I like have like invested in another layer of I feel like bouginess, which is a car like the people come to our house to clean our cars
A
because
mobile
it's
detailing
just
service?
yeah, like a
I
mobile
love that.
detailer because like we can just like stay working or stay doing our things and they just like come and grab the keys from the front door and like clean the car and we didn't have to get in our car, go sit at the car wash place, all that stuff. And so they just take initiative and just like text me when they're in the neighborhood, being like, "Hey Kelly, do you guys need a car wash? We're going to be in the neighborhood tomorrow morning. Let me know what time works for you." And sometimes it's like, "Oh, actually, like we're good this week or whatever." But like I would never I would never reach out, I don't think. I'm like you. You would never go and make the call and make the appointment until it was like 2 years after you needed a haircut. Like it's the same thing as our car unless it was like absolutely disgusting, but having them like being that easy button push, remaining top of mind, and feeling like they have our best interest at heart by getting in touch
Yeah.
and feeling like we shouldn't be left out because they're just in the area and stuff. I'm like, I love this.
I love
So
it.
let's, put on our sales caps in a very non-salesy way, because I am actually the worst salesperson ever. And go earn some extra income this year. So keep that
Mhm.
in mind for this season ahead, guys.
Yeah, keep it in mind. And again, if you want a more like detailed, um, basically guide and instruction with like email templates and like exactly what to say, when to say it, how to approach people in order to upsell them before the wedding day with all of those things, and then afterwards with things that can be delivered afterwards, they're all in that elevated client experience bundle. So just one last time, thelevelupco.com/shop, and that's where you're going to find all of our shop products. We just try to make it really easy for you guys. We really want to make sure that you have everything at your fingertips to be able to implement these things, because I don't know about you, but obviously you're listening to a podcast, but I'm a huge podcast listener. And when I'm on my little walks or when I'm driving, I like listen to these things. And I'm like, you have such wonderful ideas. I would love to do it. But then I'm like, how? Like, how do I do? Like, I need like an A to Z roadmap. I need to be able to like download something so that when I get home, I can like immediately do it, or else it's going to sit on my shelf and I'm never going to do it. Or like, they just kind of leave me wondering, like, okay, that's like such a wonderful concept and I'm sold. Like, just tell me how to do it. And then they don't give me like what I need to be able to implement. So that's what we're trying to give you guys. We want you to not only feel inspired and educated by the podcast, but we really want to make sure we're giving you the tools and resources to be able to implement these things into your business so that you can see the results that come from it. Because I mean, imagine if you were able to upsell each client you have this year just by an extra $300 to $500. Like, do the math. Like, that's an extra many thousands of dollars. That's like an entire trip to Hawaii, or that's like you save up for
Yeah,
2 years and that's a down payment on a home. Like, don't don't underestimate the little bits that we can add to every single client that we book. It really all adds up.
it really does. Yeah. I mean, we've even had like little inside of our mastermind alumni community, we had a little giveaway that we ran. It was a little friendly competition at the end of the year. And it was like, who can make the most money in December by upselling your clients from last year? And we had people make like close to $5,000.
Yeah, two people, all within just like 2 or 3 weeks of like emailing with past clients. Two people made over $4,000 from this. So like, guys, the cash is out there. It's just your responsibility to go get it.
The money is printed. Now you have to go get it.
That's like one of my favorite quotes. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to close this one out. We hope you are having an amazing day wherever you're listening, whenever you're listening. If you are new to the podcast, we would love to say hello. Shoot us a DM at the Level Up Co. We would love to meet you and just chat with you. We are huge fans of the voice memo feature on DMs. So reach out. We want to say hi. We love knowing who's in our community, who's listening every week, and what your current business looks like, what your pain points are, how we can help, all of those good things. So reach out. We would love to say hi, and we will see you next week. Thank you for joining us in today's conversation. Please help us reach more filmmakers and photographers like you by taking a screenshot and sharing it to social media. And don't forget to tag us at The Level Up Co.
And join us again next week, same time, same place, as we continue to level up the industry together.